Welcome everybody. Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of things in the industry. We missed Tech Tuesday this week. did a different video just because I didn't have time to actually sit down and read through some things that have been going on in the media and marketing industry this week, because I just was super busy with my launch brand with Media 9 for my production company. So today I'm just going to call this Tech Tuesday Rewind. So today is the Tech Tuesday Rewind. So let's get started and talk some tech today. And let's see what we have. So our first story is actually all about YouTube. YouTube remains the dominant source of video in top Google ranking position. Well, I mean, when I saw this, I was like, well, who do we expect to be number one when it comes to video rankings? Now, you can rank video via schema on your website. So if you have a video on your website and it's coded properly with certain schema formats and rich snippet formats, you can technically rank those videos as well. However, for some reason, Google just loves YouTube. I wonder why. It might be because, they did acquire YouTube some time ago. So when you think YouTube, it is Google, and Google is YouTube. So they're essentially the same thing. So there's no doubt in my mind that this won't be a trend forever for the most part. And the only thing that I would say about this is YouTube is important. YouTube is important for your brand, for creating, for developing something for yourself, and just getting those rankings in a different way. I have a client, they're ranking for video on they're getting the first and the second position, but then they're also getting a video, and then they're getting another video, then they're getting another video. So they're literally taking up half of the page on a Google search. So it's incredible just to see stuff like that. And that's really the biggest benefits. We all want to see something visually stimulating. So don't just do good. YouTube isn't all about popping up for those searches, but also popping up organically when somebody just types in tutorials about so-and-so, a tutorial about this or that, or reviews about something. So hey, YouTube, we here for you. We see you. We already know what it is. All right, so let's see what else we got. I saw this and it definitely was on my radar this week. That's probably the main reason I was so busy this week as well, besides the launch. Google did have an update, a core update in December. It was right around the third or second major update that hit a lot of different websites. For me, at least, most of my clients didn't see too bad of a shift, but this core update was big, and it was bigger than May, is what they're saying in this article. They're saying it's bigger than May. Myself, my clients didn't get a big shift. We got the big shift in May, and it was not fun because it literally just moved you from 1. If you were 1, you were 3. If you were 10, you were 20. If you were ranked number 7 for your keyword on Google, you might have fared well, and you might have went to 1. So it was just all over the place in May. But this time, all is well for me. So let me know if you have any experience in search, and have you seen any fluctuations in December? Because I'd love to hear, your point on that and just what you're seeing too. But yeah, that's a top story. And I saw this and I thought this was quite interesting. Canon appears to have finally designed a dual pixel BSI sensor. I'm not going to make you guys read this whole article. If you want to read the whole article, it is on Petapixel. But basically what they're doing is it's a sensor that's capable of much more dynamic range. So basically it's the same technology, backlight technology, that the Sony cameras use. So the dynamic range and the high ISO performance of those cameras are just going to be fantastic if this is true. Now, like they said, it does appear that they have filed a patent for a mixed technology of their dual pixel, which is the reason they're the best autofocus in the basically camera world is on the Canon cameras. But this is going to be a game changer if they're able to create a BSI sensor that's the same as Sony and mix that with dual pixels. So you'll have great autofocus, you'll have basically great low light, and you'll have high dynamic range. You'll have those highlights like the Sony cameras have. And that's not me fanboying. I have a Sony 6400 that I'm shooting this on. I have a Canon EOS R. I got an A7 III. I got a Blackmagic. Our cameras are all over the place. I love cameras in general. So I'm going to be here and I'm going to report on the news and tell you guys what's happening, what's popping on that. So next, what do we have here? I don't think F-Stoppers really had too much news. So I'm not even sure why I'm even on this page. I probably was just doing research. Oh, yeah. So this was very interesting to me that there appears to be an R5S that they're saying will be 300 megapixels. And it will come in, let's see what it says, coming in Q1 2021. And I'm not sure if I believe that. 300 megapixels is a lot. But apparently, I mean, on the first line, it does say it would be via pixel shifting, which, I mean, I guess this 300 megapixels is really combining the images together. But at least from this report, it's saying it's going to be at least 90 megapixels. So that's going to be pretty cool. A 90 megapixel Canon R5 mirrorless camera is going to be an amazing camera. I hadn't seen too many specs about the video when I was reading. I don't think it's going to have 8K from what I remember. Yeah, it's not a focused or suggesting that the same price or choose between camera or an 8K camera. Yeah, it seems like it's kind of up there on the video specs, but that's kind of what Canon does with cameras. They did the same thing with their 5DS. The 5DS just didn't have exactly the same things, but you know, over time, I think after a couple firmware updates it did. I can't remember, but you know, this would be pretty cool if you're a portrait photographer and you take your portrait seriously and you got to print all the time and you want detail and you want that cropped and you want to be able to do something like that. I'm all for having more megapixels. Maybe not 300, but the 90 megapixel base sensor that the camera seems like it would probably be from reading this article. I mean, that's going to be cool. So let's look. I think that's really it. I mean, I have one more story. If you are going to WPPI this year, I mean, next year, it has been moved officially from March and into August. So amidst COVID-19 concerns, of course. Well, that was to be expected. The WPPI is essentially the Wedding and Portrait Photographers and International Trade Show. And that's a pretty fun show. I've always wanted to go, and I've always seen people going in and out. And I got started in my career in wedding photography and wedding videography, and I still do some wedding photography and wedding videography. So I was kind of hoping to go to this show, and I'm kind of glad they pushed it back. You know, things are trying to get as best as they can right now. But, of course, we're not 100% there yet. So this was to be expected that they're moving this big conference up into, you know, the next month or two from its original days. Wait, that's not a month or two. It's April, May, June, July. It's a couple months. But, hey, that's my time today. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. And until next time, thank you for this Tech Tuesday rewind because it's actually Wednesday. But I wanted to make sure we got this in, and I needed to make sure I got my Vlogmas content straight to you guys and didn't want to take too much time creating something today. I just wanted to be informational, relaxed, and create something. So that's my time, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day. Well, or night, whatever it is your way. Peace.